Hey everybody, Paranormal Video Gamer here, and a lot of people are talking about the PlayStation outage as well as some of the other things going on tonight, but I figured I would throw in my 2 cents about the PlayStation outage. It's been a long time since we've had one, and it's one of those things where you just kind of have to deal with it, unfortunately. As you guys know from, see if I can get my channel in there. I've been on YouTube for a very long time, and I've dealt with a lot of outages from Xbox and PlayStation, so kind of used to it. But there was another subject that I wanted to bring up, and that is, I've had a couple people on Discord, Twitter, Instagram, a couple other social sites like Facebook, ask me a very unusual question, and it's unusual in a way that they're asking for advice, and I'm going to give it to you straight. So I've had a couple people ask me, is Cyberpunk 2077 worth the price that they're asking? It's about $29 right now on PS5 and PS4. And I'm going to be brutally honest. Yes, it is worth spending the money now on Cyberpunk, and I'm going to go over 3 of my reasons. Number 1, if you can get a copy of the game with the Phantom Liberty bundle, do it. It is better than Grand Theft Auto. I have played a lot of hours in Grand Theft Auto, even the online mode. Cyberpunk is better offline than Grand Theft Auto. Now, a lot of people will be like, what are you talking about? Grand Theft Auto 5 is amazing. One thing that you can do in Cyberpunk that you can't do in Grand Theft Auto, the majority of the time, is you can't go into random buildings. You can't open doors, go in buildings, and check stuff out. You can do that in Cyberpunk. There's many times I've gone into a random building, just walking around, just trying to see like what's going on in the city. And it's cool as heck. I gotta admit, if the next Grand Theft Auto 6 does not have the ability to allow you to go into a building, a random building, say, for example, I came across one particular building in particular that there was a crime that was committed. There was a murder that happened in this building. And I got there after everything had happened. The police ended up leaving. I walked up to the scene. They were leaving, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So I walk in the building, and there's blood that's on the ground, and it's on the ground on the bottom floor, and then there's another upper area where there was blood also. And I'm looking around, and I'm literally looking through people's things in the game of a crime scene, and I'm allowed to walk in the building, and I'm allowed to walk out of the building. And the police weren't doing anything, because in the future, a part of the game, they already got the information. So they got the bodies, they got the information of what happened, how it happened, whatnot. And that's what makes Cyberpunk unique in that aspect, is that you can actually go into random buildings. There was another time that I went to a random building, was again walking around the city, just trying to, feel for it and whatnot. And I came across a building where it was completely empty, but the door was unlocked, and I thought that was kind of weird. So I walk in, and immediately I knew right then and there that no crime had been committed, but this person that you're walking in this house, you know that this person just up and left, and they didn't leave anything. You could tell that they left all their stuff. So it was like literally an urban explorer experience. And that's what makes Cyberpunk so interesting and so much fun, is that you can walk around the city and discover all these really cool places. In Grand Theft Auto, you can't do that. You can't go into random buildings. There are certain buildings you can go into, but the majority of the buildings you're locked off from. Like, you go into once and you can't go back in there. There have been plenty of missions that I've been in where I can go back to the location later on, go inside the building and check out the building. because, when I was doing the mission, I wasn't really thinking about the building, but, when you do it and you come back, you can search for items and journals and things like that. And that makes Cyberpunk a much better game in that aspect. Number two, the amount of cars that you can buy and purchase and you don't need to keep in a garage is freaking awesome. I probably have about 25 cars right now currently on my save. And what's really cool about that is, again, you don't need a garage to keep your cars in. You literally pull up, it's like an application on the main menu, and you select the car you want. You can actually favor cars too, so if there's a car you really, really love, you can favor that and keep that at the top of your list, or you can go down the list alphabetically and pick the car that you really like. And then within a matter of about 5 seconds or so, the car drives itself right to you. Now, granted, there is one little tiny hitch with the car self-driving, which I look into the future of self-driving cars, and I kind of think this could be a thing. It's not 100% accurate, so when the car gets to you, sometimes the car will stop way before it gets to you. You'll have to walk like 20 feet to get to it, or it's like 30 feet past you, so it'll go right past you and then finally stop. Same thing happens with motorcycles. And by the way, having motorcycles actually from Keanu Reeves' actual motorcycle company and how they did futuristic versions of it, freaking awesome. So that's another nod why Cyberpunk is totally worth the money they're asking for now. The third thing that makes Cyberpunk really, really cool is not just the story, but you feel for the characters that are in the game. I did not think that I would like Keanu Reeves' character, but I find myself constantly thinking, what if something like this happened in the future? Now, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody that's never played the game, but what happens with the character that Keanu plays is very unique and very interesting, and it makes you question how far technology is going to go. In Grand Theft Auto, you can't, there's no questioning the future. It's always what is going on in the present and how much money you're going to make. In Grand Theft Auto, over the last year or so, I kind of stopped playing the online portion because hackers are everywhere on PS5. And it gets to the point where you get into the game, and 20 minutes into the game, you've got somebody who has hacked the server or hacked the game, and not only are they able to kill you, but they can do these little modifications that end up pretty much stealing your money, stealing your car, destroying your car, and I'm kind of done with it. I mean, if you're going to have an online portion, you really should think about... Kitty, the new kitty has decided to play with stuff. But you really should consider, a lot of different things. Especially in the aspect of making the game fun for everybody. Well, I wasn't sure how fun it was going to be when I got the online portion. And it has been fun, but I don't know, the hacking and the mods have kind of, I guess, ruined the experience for me. Mods should be fun, and if you're playing online with people, they should have like a little icon or something that says this game has been modded. If you want to play with mods, there should be like different chats, I guess you could say, or different rooms where you can put those mods on and play with those mods, as long as it doesn't destroy the experience for anyone else. And I think that's where Rockstar has kind of failed in that aspect. Now, having an offline game with Cyberpunk, you don't have the mods and hacks and all that kind of stuff, which would be an awesome idea, by the way, for the next Cyberpunk game, which apparently is in production right now, and I'm totally going to get that copy. But in the very beginning, yes, Cyberpunk was rough, but now it's worth picking up. And if I can say anything to anybody out there, do yourself a favor, buy Cyberpunk, get the Phantom Liberty expansion with your game, and just have fun. And that's what Cyberpunk is. It's a fun game. I've probably got about 700 hours into Cyberpunk right now, and I haven't even finished the whole story yet. So you'll see some of my progress here on the channel, and no commentary, because I want you guys to experience the story as I'm experiencing it for the first time. And I got a couple new episodes coming, so keep an eye out for that. But yes, Cyberpunk's worth it. Go get it. You won't be disappointed, because I'm not. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good night, and take care of yourselves and each other. Good night, everybody.
www.youtube.com Paranormal Video Gamer